buddy Brickbook out here. Today I got our very first Fairgrounds update of MOC COUNTY. We're going to start calling it. Let's get into it. Let's show y'all what it's about. Okay, so a little bit closer look into here. This is where the corners of the walls meet on our table. Yes, this table is a 6-foot table. It is on top of another 6-foot table. A double-decker table, if you would. So now I have a layout on top of my table. Back here in the corner, I'm going to start off with having our water area with my boat. My ship. I don't know if that's the one I'm going to have in there or not. I gotta find a spot for it. Kind of want to put it on the shelf, but the shelf is not sturdy enough, and that ship alone is not sturdy enough to be on top of the shelf. So it's a little crowded right now, but let's move around a few things here. This MOC I do plan to keep in the layout, or that, work it into the layout. This water wheel of the 3-in-1 I have always put into the layout, so of course we're going to do that. We're bringing back the zip line. I'm excited for a castle zip line. I would like to add in a restaurant over here to the beach area that is in replica to this Krusty Krab build. This beach area over here, let me zoom in just a tiny bit for you. This beach area, we're going to zoom in on King Cliffy. That's as far as it goes. There's a good look at King Cliffy. He's going to be in the layout, in the castle area, back in this area. Let's flip you towards the pirate area. Just a wee bit. So, back in this area, you're going to, let me just move Jeremy up out of the way. Oops, sorry, Jeremy. Get some walls. Get Jeremy. Jeremy can come hang out with Captain Jack and his ostrich. Captain Jack and his, I got a jar of dirt. So, back in the pirate area, we're going to be using the plate that I actually made for Cliff's, for TMC, for my MOC challenge that they did. Let me just clear some stuff up out of the way for you, and you can see it a little bit better. I do have some boats with pirates on them. I just kind of placed some stuff over here. Just kind of where they would go, and then we can kind of work up off of it. This is the plate that we have here. This is going to be our shoreline, the path leading out of the fairgrounds to the shore on that side. So this is what we're going off of. This was sitting in front of Cliff's Castle right here next to it. You can see right there. So that's where that was. All right, so something different I'm going to be doing with the shoreline over here is I'm going to be using some brown base plates on both sides of that plate itself, to have some darker water coming up to the shore. Just trying something out here. Yes, I do plan to Mills plate a lot of this, if not all of it, but it shall come as it does. So we can start here on this edge just because we're coming up just a few plates. Might as well start on that edge in the video. Okay, so next thing is that I want to point out is over here on the shoreline, I've gathered just a few of these like angled pieces, looking like rock looking pieces. I'm not going to use many, but I do want to come up at least one brick high from the shoreline. We're not going to see a lot of that rock work on that side, so it really doesn't matter much. We can do some rock work that shines this way towards us, towards the view, if we really want to, but particularly this side here is not going to be much, but I do want it to have a brick drop, or maybe even for this section, come up 2 bricks, because this section is where I want to have my Ferris wheel on the beach. The Ferris wheel here on the beach is going to play into the story a little bit too, just a little bit. So I want to have it raised up at least 2 brick, and then have a plate, and then we can go from there and play with it. But that way it kind of has, a little bit more leverage here. And I kind of want it angled because this is the edge of my table, so we're going to be able to see it angled when you come in the room. So the whole idea with this beachfront is it's pirates and knights, pirates and castle. Okay, our castle area kind of bleeds in with the beachfront area with a roller coaster that we'll have back there in the corner. So they kind of bleed together. So we're going to have to figure out a storyline here. And a little bit of that storyline will have to do with the Ferris wheel here also. So maybe they're trying to take over the Ferris wheel or something. So stay tuned for next episode when we start creating that storyline. So really, if we're looking at it, the castle area entrance would be right about where it is now. It looks a little sloppy. We're going to clean that up. And it can go from there. Cliff's Castle, we're going to actually remodel, and we're going to push it to the back. We can see it here. We're going to push it to the back. It will be like a facade. So that way we can have the imaginary going further. From here, we'll have to pick the tower or figure that out. We do want to have the water wheel, so we're going to have to figure out how to bleed in some water or a river of type towards that water with the water wheel somewhere out here. You'll see bags everywhere because I am prepping. I am prepping for lots of different things. Back here in the back, you can see, also right here, you can see my award-winning TMC MOC that I did. Oh heck, I can't even remember what month that was, dang it. But so I wanted to keep the MOC somewhat. It is on Mill's plate. It is a 32 by 32, but the stage it's like that on purpose because I knew I would use it at some point again. So I hooked lights into it, everything. So next up, you can kind of see him right here. We got the what do you call this? The UFO ride. Not quite sure where we want to have him just yet. Moving on forward, this is kind of where we can bleed in the river. We could bleed it into this somehow with the water wheel. Of course, we will have porty potties. I have made a few. We could probably make a few more, maybe a few different colors. I've seen a few different colors out there, some pink and green, and you know what I mean. What else we got? I would like to put my 3D printed cow that Brooktopia made me I do want to put him in the fairgrounds. I think of this, okay? For example, TMC Jeremy, he's standing right here. TMC Jeremy comes to the county fair, and he wants to take a picture with a larger-than-life blow-up cow. You know what I mean? Like, somebody can have that big of an inflatable. I would be that crazy to have an inflatable this big. Okay, if I was the minifig size. You see what I mean? It's like 2 times as big, literally. So, larger than life for a minifig. So I want to have that in the layout. Maybe a few other things. Oh, poor cow. Poor cow. I also thought about having my little Mater truck as like a sit-in, because every fair has RVs, has hot tubs, has tractors, has cars, has trucks, like, you know, like every fair. I have yet to be the one that doesn't. So I haven't been to many, just saying. But so I thought about having my little Mater in here, because TMC Jeremy here is not that much bigger than him, kind of life size. So maybe he wants to take a picture with Mater. Ka-chink, ka-chink, you know? So we're going to try to live it up, vibe it up, you know? So. All right, y'all. So now we made it to the front end of the park, the entrance, if you would. I know I started from the back end, but it just kind of made more sense in my head to go from that end with detail, kind of where I want to. Next week's video will be a little bit more in-depth as to what section and what I've decided to start with progress from here. For now, we are looking at our, you know, soon-to-be entrance and barn area. For the barn area, I was thinking maybe we can do like some type of spooky barn area with like some of my Halloween figures, and, you know, kind of like a scary house vibe and whatnot. We may have to modify it a little bit. Not exactly sure just yet. We're going to go at it later on. The entrance, we're definitely going to have some sort of gate, or that of, I definitely have a ticket booth. Behind the ticket booth, I'm imagining that somewhere up in here in this area will be like a main street area with some lamps and, you know, so on and stuff, some benches, some stores, or something like that. Then it breaks off to the barn. It breaks off to whatever this will be, breaks off up over here, and goes back to the back end. So that's kind of where we're at with it all at the moment. This is my new layout for the year. I have done this out in the past, and this is a brand new revamp. We're actually going to Mills plate things, and we're going to improve on ideas that we've had in the past to make this project even better. So thank you, everybody, for your support. Hit the like button. Do subscribe. Go check out TheMinifigClub.com. MooCow25 gets you 25% off your first monthly subscription. And we'll catch you next time. Moo!